how experts practice differently than others. Before I do, let me suggest that most people do not become experts. Let me suggest that most people get better at what they do in the first year on the job. Maybe they're still getting better in their second year on the job, but in many professions, for example, in teaching, it's been documented that by the third or fourth or fifth year, people are pretty much coming to work and doing on Wednesday what they did on Tuesday, because they're fine. And this is what I call the plateau of arrested development, when you stop learning in your job, when you are fine. Come in on Wednesday, you do what you did on Tuesday. Come on Thursday, you do what you did on Wednesday. And there's no great, I think, moral sin about being on the plateau of arrested development. I think the only tragedy is that we're all ambitious and we all would like to be truly excellent at what we do. And therefore, the many, many people who plateau here never get to see what they could have been. Now, finally, there's another choice for all of us in anything that we do, and that is that we can drop out of the skill. I used to play piano. I kind of feel like it's part of my Asian American South Jersey heritage. So of course I played piano. I hated it. I got to like barely play Fior Elise, but I could never get the tempo right. But anyway, I could play. So I got to some level of skill, and then immediately, as soon as my parents allowed me to, I dropped out. And guess what happened to my piano skill? It went away. Maybe you used to play a musical instrument. Maybe you used to play a sport. Maybe in high school you took a foreign language. My guess is that if you're not playing that instrument or that sport or speaking that foreign language today, then you already know what it's like to have a human skill atrophy. So for anybody who works as a professional in your company, they have these three choices. They can try to continuously improve their entire careers the way world-class experts do. That's rare. They can be like most people and plateau at fine, or they can drop out, which of course you have to drop out of things. I'm actually very happy that I dropped out of piano so I could do other things like psychology. But I do think that especially for some young people, they keep dropping out of every learning curve they're on, and they never even get to the plateau of arrested development. So let's get to the science. What does Anders Ericsson find when he studies these Olympic athletes and these master chess players and prima ballerinas? He finds that there is a kind of practice that has three parts. And these things differentiate it from work as usual. The first is that when you are practicing like an expert, you are very consciously aware of a very specific part of your performance or your job that you're trying to improve on. And if I asked you what it was, you would be able to tell me. For example, if you were so lucky as to be able to talk to Katie Ledecky before she got into the pool for practice, and you said, "Katie, what are you doing today?" She would not say, "I'm swimming." She would not say, "I'm trying to swim faster." She would give you probably some extremely technical explanation for the specific sub-skill that she's working on that you might only understand if you are also a world-class swimmer. Breaking something big down into small parts is one of the secrets of high performers. Second, they really practice with full effort and concentration. When my own girls ask me what this looks like, I say, you know when you're home, you're doing your math homework, but also blasting Taylor Swift in the background, there are 6 tabs open on your browser, somehow you're also texting and using Snapchat? That's the opposite of practicing with 100% focus. When you look at great basketball players like Steph Curry, or in this particular example, I'll use Kevin Durant, and you ask, like, well, what does their practice look like? Kevin Durant actually says he practices 70% on the court alone. Now, basketball is a team sport. Why is he doing that? My guess is that it's hard for many professionals to fully focus, truly 100% focus, when there are other people talking with you, interacting. Now, I think the vast majority of private sector companies, you can't really exactly practice entirely on your own. Solitude is not the moral of the story here. Concentration is. And people want to be really great. They know what they're working on, and they practice with as close to 100% focus as possible.